Hi friends. Today I'm going to show you how to make these marble trees. They're super fun and everybody's is going to look different. So in your kit you got a bag of marbles. Just be careful if you have tiny people in your house, like siblings or cousins. Be careful of these marbles. So what happens is you put a marble in the top, and it comes out the bottom. I didn't make a thing to catch it because you could put this on the edge of the table somewhere and make them keep going with things like cut in half paper towel tubes or a lot of different things, cardboard. So this can just be the beginning of it. So we can make a number. Oh, that'll happen. Marbles go everywhere. And so what's pretty amazing and magical about marbles is that they know every law of gravity. They'll tell us what's flat. They'll find the lowest point in anything. They know every law of gravity and physics just by being themselves. So we have a lot to learn from them. So in your kit, you have the trunk of the marble tree, which has 7 holes in it. So you have 7 ramps and 14 ramp sides, 7 dowels, or maybe 8. And these guys are extra bumpers because you might need them at some point so that they don't jump. You can also add pieces of cardboard and do lots of different things. And these are the pieces that hold our ramp, that go under the ramp and support it. You also got 2 pieces of sandpaper, 2 pipe cleaner glue spreaders, some glue, and a pair of safety glasses. It's important to get in the habit of wearing safety glasses when you're doing woodworking. Some things that you might want from home are a piece of paper towel that's dry and a piece of paper towel that's wet. And this will be to clean your hands and to clean other things up. Your favorite drawing or painting supplies, and tape can come in handy. It can be masking tape, it can be Scotch tape, it can be duct tape. I love tape. So this one, my friend Maggie painted it for me like a rainbow, and then this is like a cloud. If you're gonna paint it, I would wait till the end. This project is good to put together and then decorate. And so how I like to do this is just go from the top down. So what we're gonna do is have our supplies out, and you can sand the wood fuzz off of your blocks. And I like to fold sandpaper in thirds. And you have 2 different grits of sandpaper. This blue one is rougher, and this one is finer. So you can go to town sanding. We can sand these and sand the fuzz off, or you can just get right to marble play. See this fuzz right here? We can sand it off. We can sand it off. So you can sand, or you can sand after, and I'll show you a little bit about that. So first what we want to do is grab our gluing supplies, and also in your kit you got a big folded piece of paper. This is a poster from 1974. I wasn't even alive yet. And you can put this on your work surface so that you can be a little bit messier than you might ordinarily be on a regular table. This project is really good to do on something flat to make it work, because if you build it on an incline, it's not going to work the same on a flat surface. And now those are the types of things marbles teach us. So I'm going to get my glue spreader and a dowel and a block. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of glue in this hole, and I can spread it around in there. And then I put my glue spreader on my piece of paper towel, dry paper towel. You can put a little bit more glue on the dowel. And I'm just going to spread this around, doodly-doo. And then hammer this into the hole. You might not need to use the hammer. You might be able to press it in there, but you can use the hammer. So we're going to start from the top. It's important to start from the top. And I'll put some glue in there, spread it around. And I still have glue on this, on my glue spreader, so I'm just going to put it on there. And these, you should just be able to get it in there. And this is part of our adjustment. We can adjust our ramps back and forth and sideways like this. So you want it to have a little bit of an incline. And you don't have to glue these in right away either. That might be a better idea. I'm just jumping the gun. I'll put some glue on there, spread it around. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ramp on. And sometimes, you know, we can twist these, we can do it. The first one I'm going to put on fairly straight, and I'm going to hold it and squeeze it and count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now it's stuck enough. If I hit it, it'll fall. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bead of glue on here. And you can do this. These are for the side rails. And you can either put it on the side rail or put it on the ramp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one on here. And I'm just going to squeeze this part. I don't want to knock it off of its piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, I wiggled it a little bit. So we have some squeeze out. That's fine. If you're particular, you can wipe it off. I still have this other glue right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And some of you might be saying, Sylvie, why didn't you just put the ramps on right here? Well, I don't know. I didn't think of it, even though I've done this a lot of times. I just got going. So we can put our ramps on. You don't want to build them all up. And I'll tell you why. I like going from the top down so we have as much adjustment as possible. And so I'll take a marble out and I'm just going to try it. Boop. Boop. It works. So now I'll build my second ramp right here, and I'll do it a different way. We can squeeze the glue on here. And you don't want so much glue that your marble will get stuck. You're probably saying, Sylvie, you always use too much glue, which is true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that one, you can see the squeeze out. If I want to, I can just wipe it lightly, move it back into place. And this is really handy for this project to have a wet paper towel. Squeeze that right there. You don't have to brush it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. And so these fit really well. I know I just told you to glue them, but you don't have to if you want to be able to change your piece around, and then you can glue them in later. So I'll put this ramp, but that slides. It makes it a little bit harder. You can hold this and tap with your hammer. Just make sure you don't wiggle this guy off. So we have a lot of things going on. That's the whole point of this. And so what I want to do is just figure out where my next ramp goes. So this could be turned, yeah, don't glue them in. Don't glue them in this. That wasn't a good move for Sylvie. So I'm going to move that. My glue hadn't totally dried, So I'm going to take this off, put a little bit more glue. I know you're thinking adults should get things right. Adults don't get things right every time. And I want to make sure that my marble is going to make it into this one. So I'm going to hold this in place. And I want to be able to wiggle these. That's why I shouldn't have glued it in. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, so that works. And if you're really, really particular, what you can do is also have a pencil, and we can mark the underside so we remember where this goes when we take it off and glue it. And these are really endlessly fixable. So if you have a little sibling who wants to play with it and breaks it, you can fix it. I believe in you. And so this is nice. If this marble doesn't make it here, I can just move this in a little bit. And if it shoots out with too much power, like that, maybe I want it like this. Yep. But if you had it in here and it jumped, you would add a little bumper. I'm just going to add that bumper for demonstration purposes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I moved that a little bit. Again, a lot of things going on. It's just how this works. Don't get too frustrated. Though, we all learn a lot from frustration. So this is how this one goes. Boop. And so now I'll put my next ramp together. And I am going to glue, I can glue this block in here. And you can play with gluing them in or not, because you can always go back. And I didn't really need the hammer. We drilled these so that they wouldn't be so hard, because we didn't want these to crack. So now I will put this one in here, and I'm just lining it up, like so I can see that this ramp will hit right here. And you can tilt them if you want to try and make it do a big jump. So I'm going to put my rails on right here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I can clean that up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can clean this up. I'm going to clean my hands up because I got a little bit of glue on them. And so we just work our way down the ramp. And I want to see, oh, I need another bumper. Let's see if a bumper works. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clean the glue up with my finger, wipe it off. 1, 2, up, out the back. Maybe I need this to be angled a little more. So that worked. I wasn't holding it, so it moved. And it just lands on that back. Oh, there goes a marble. So we can do a couple things. I can push this one in, but I might miss right there. So this is a project where we go back and forth and fix parts. Whoa, you see that? It rode the rail. Boop. Boop. Okay, so that's where that one wants to be. And this looks like where this one wants to be. So I'm going to trace the bottom of it. And you can see that they don't just go on straight. Everybody's is going to be a little bit different. And that's part of the super fun part of this. So I'm going to line this up with my pencil mark. And while I hold it, I'm going to try it. So I want to make sure, yep, it's in the right spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 3 down. So I'm going to go for the next one. You might say, why did you say you shouldn't put the ramps on the side first? I just have never really done it that way, but you know what? I think it's totally fine. There are lots of ways to do everything. And usually, there's not one right answer. That was a little too much glue, but I always use too much glue. I don't think it's going to change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so they're still wiggly. I have to be gentle with it. I'm going to get it off my hands. And we drilled these holes out a little more. I did this with some friends in the studio. And these holes were so tight that you couldn't twist it. And when you would twist them, you would just break the dowel. You would just become the Hulk and be like, rah, smash. So this one, again, I'm just going to hold this in place and see if it works. And it does. Boop. So I'm just marking 2 sides. Putting a little glue. Oh, my rail came off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. There's a lot going on these little parts, so I can turn this like this and see my mark on the bottom of my ramp. And now I'll hold it in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to push this out just a little bit. So it's all about these little adjustments, and it's a great way to change it, switch it up, so you know that you can fix it. It may not work perfectly the first time, but you can fix it. So I'm going to get another block. Put a little glue in here. And I can use my hammer, but you pretty much can press it with your hand. Clean that up. And I'll press this one in. We don't want to hammer on the tree stem now because we might knock stuff off, because you are very strong with a hammer. And so now I'll make another ramp, put the sides on. And I want the sides to be pretty much in line or flush with the ramp so that the marble has enough space to run. If you put these in too far, the marble might not have enough room to roll. Or if there's a lot of glue in here, your marble might get stuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to wipe this glue off the side gently. And they need a little bit of incline. So this is the one I'm working on, and I'm just going to hold it very lightly in place. And it worked. It looks like it just gets that edge, so I might move it back just a little bit. And it's stuck to my thumb a little bit. So I'm just tracing the underside of this block to know where it goes and also to know where to put my glue. Pick it up, look at the underside, make sure it's in the right spot, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll try it. Boom. So I'll go on to the next one. And remember, you can take this off just because I've held it for 10 seconds. I can still move it where I need to move it, right? If you need to adjust it, just the glue won't be totally set for about an hour. And if you really need to take these apart, just take it out and twist this way to get this piece off. You want to, it's called shearing pressure. So what I would want to do if I want to move this and it's already on here is I just want to twist as hard as I can, or have your adult try and twist it off for you. If it's been an hour, it might be harder to get it off, but you can do it. I believe in you. Oh, I already made one. That one's ready for the next time. So I'll put this in here. I'll put my ramp sides on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll do the next side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My hands are real sticky. Now I want to dry them off. Okay. So now I want to see if this is going to work. Nope. I might want to put a bumper on this one and move it in a little bit. So you can go back and work on the other ones because you may have to change it a little bit for the whole system to work. So now I'll go back to this one. And it's important to test up all the way from the top. And that's why I sent you with a bunch of these. I'm going to put another one on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you could see this whole thing just wiggling, so I just want to press it together a little bit. Okay, so now I need to look and see where this one went. Oh, it just went, and I got glue on my marble. So it looks like I'll need a little bumper. And I'm going to put this glue here, and I didn't mark it. I'm going to try and remember and guess, but then I want to test it. Boop. I'm going to wipe this glue off, but I want to hold this here while I do it because I don't want it to move. So I have one more. I already did this one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm counting a little fast, it's true. So I'll wipe the glue off. And I'll put that one right there. And you can put a little takeout dish at the bottom to catch them if you want it to end right there. Another way to, I will mark the bottom of this one so I know where to put the glue. Dun, 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 dun. No. So it's crazy. Sometimes it works like that. Sometimes it'll be different. And we've got some different marbles. And this is why we have a couple of extra blocks. And I want to show you some ways to fix things if they're not working the way you want them to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this block right there as a bumper. Helps to stick your tongue out. And you can also use cardboard. You can make cardboard parts, and that's why we have the tape. So if you feel like you need a piece of cardboard to make a curve, you could do that and tape it on. Nice. And so now you should let it dry for at least an hour before you paint it. And remember, these guys are still wiggly, so if you bump them around, you'll change it. If you want to glue these in place, go from top to bottom and you need to test them. What I like to do is to trace around here to know how far I pushed it in. And then what I'll do is I'll make, I'm just trying to see the best way to show you, a little line up and a little line over so I know where they should line up. You can do it with a marker, it might be easier to see. And then I know that I should put it back right there. And so you do those one at a time, testing the maze, the marble tree the whole time. So thank you for doing this project. And remember that you can use cardboard and glue pieces of cardboard like this to join them, or you could make all sorts of additions with cardboard, right? You could make a set of steps that it goes down. You could make, it could go into a sand and you make a track in the sand. There's all sorts of stuff. So thank you for participating in this, and remember to be kind and to be helpful. Have a good day.